welcome. Today I just want to show you some of the things I'm growing around the garden. I'll show you two of the raised beds, what I'm growing, what's working and what's not working. So let me show you around. This is one of my raised beds, and it's a small raised bed, but I'm growing some corn. So I'm growing some sweet corn, and it just started to come up. And along with it, I'm growing some pole beans, which are vining against the corn. And at the bottom, I'm growing some cucumber. I thought it was a squash, but it turned out to be a cucumber. So it still works well, and it's produced one cucumber already. So I'm just gonna keep it. And this is the second raised bed, and I'll show you what I'm growing in this raised bed. So at the top here, I have tomatillos, and I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tomatillo plants. And they're doing pretty well so far, and I had to stake them, provide some support for them, and they are already flowering, which is so cool to see. As it's getting hotter, it's producing more flower, and pretty soon I should have some tomatillos to pick. And when planting tomatillos, you want to plant at least 2 of them together so they can pollinate. If you just plant one, you're not gonna get any flowers. So there's the first tomatillo forming, and in a couple of weeks it's gonna have the tomatillo inside, and then I can pick it. And here I have some cilantro seeds that I'm letting it dry out completely before I harvest them. And next to the tomatillo plant, I have a cucumber plant growing, and some lettuce that came up. I think that was from last season seeds. And in the back I have some cucumbers, which we have been harvesting already. So this cucumber plant is in an area where it gets morning shade. Right now it's 11 and it's still getting some shade, but my kids went around and harvest some cucumbers already from the plant. This is one of them. Let's see, there's a few. They grab a couple, and some tomatoes from the other vine that is down in the other raised bed. Oh, they even got some beans. Nice. And here I have some vining beans, which I'm trying to vine to the back there. And at the bottom I have some beets growing, and I should be harvesting them pretty soon before it gets too hot for them. And I have another tomatillo plant that I transplanted a couple weeks ago. I have a cauliflower plant, which I'm trying to decide if to keep or remove it because it's gonna get pretty hot soon. And there's another cucumber plant there, and there's some cucumbers coming up already. This whole patch here is black beans. I started them from seeds, and they're already producing some pods. So let me show you here. So there's some pods already, and a lot of them are flowering, which is so nice to see. Here I have some flowers, some stalk flowers, which they are going to seed, and I'm just letting them go to seed, and I'll be collecting the seeds in a couple of weeks. And in front here I have some more cauliflower coming up. Here I have some potatoes, which I planted, I want to say almost 2 months ago. And once they came up, I added more soil, and now they're starting to come up from the first topsoil that I added. And then I have some more vining beans in the back trellis here. And next to the potatoes, I have some sweet potatoes that I planted. So I planted the slits a couple of weeks ago, and they're just producing some new growth. And here I have a dahlia tuber that I transplanted, but it's not doing so well, but I'm gonna keep it and see how it does. And here I transplanted some blue indigo plants that I'm trying to see if they will sprout. On the other side, I have some blackberries that are just at the end of producing some fruit. And here I have some tomatoes that I transplanted, and some strawberry plants on the edge. This is a raspberry plant that is producing a lot of baby plants, so I'm just making sure to keep it water, especially when it gets really hot. And these are some blackberry bush that I have here, and they already produce a lot of fruit. And at the bottom is producing a lot of baby blackberry plants and some new canes as well. So this is a new cane which is going to produce fruit next year. And more strawberries and more blackberries. And this blackberry plant, it was a baby plant from one of my other blackberry canes, and this is the first year that it produced. And this is some of the new canes that it's producing for next year's fruiting. The top here I have some calendula plants that I transplanted and some vining beans. Yeah, so that's about it that I have on this 2 raised beds. Thank you so much for watching, and happy gardening.